In my comment section, I've noticed a bunch of people going like, wow, she's so fluent in English. Wow, acha Western. Here's the video on how to improve English. Yeah, this is actually the disclaimer that every single English speaking person who is very, very fluent should give at the start of the video. Some people have the unfair advantage. Some people learned it when they were children. The unfair advantage has to be recognized because you cannot compare yourself to these people. For example, if you're a generic Malay who has been speaking Malay his whole life and you compare your English to someone like me who is virtually raised with English, it's not gonna work. It's just gonna tear down your entire confidence. So first things first, recognize that there are people who have advantages when it comes to English. Recognize that you may not have these advantages and it's totally fine to fail and it's totally fine to start from the bottom. Get rid of your insecurity complex, because I notice a lot of my Malay friends are like, I don't want to speak English because nanti I cakap salah, you yang bash. And I'm like, bro, what the heck? Maybe other people do, but I definitely don't. I feel like, yeah, like what I said, people come from different backgrounds and English is just another language. Second thing, right? Every time someone asks me, how do you have such an extensive vocabulary and how are you so eloquent? I'll say like, read. Read. Seriously, read. Don't read like Harry, like I don't know, Mary Had a Little Lamb. No, don't do that. You're like, that's not gonna get you anywhere. Start reading things like newspaper, informative books. Even if you read your textbooks, it still extends your vocabulary. Start reading things that actually engage with your English better. And if you don't understand the word, look it up. Do you think I came into this world immediately knowing Chinese? How did I learn Mandarin? First of all, I had this wonderful thing called a dictionary. And when I was in Chinese school, when I got in, I got put in the last class because I virtually knew nothing about that language. But because of my hard work, of me constantly referring to that dictionary, constantly asking teachers for feedback, constantly asking for advice, constantly trying to speak it, 我可以讲华语了。So yeah, third thing is challenge yourself. Participate in competitions. Talk to your friends in English. Make overseas friends. Write letters. Compose a poem. The more you use the language, the more efficient you will be in that language. If you learn a word, but you never use it in real life, how are you expecting to come up with that word in an exam? The fourth one, change your mindset. Change your mindset that you're learning English just to pass. You're learning English just to get an A or something. Change it. English is a beautiful and messed up language, which is a combination of, I don't know, Latin, French, it has so many absurd rules. It's such a fun language to learn. Learn it for the sake of learning. The more pressure you put on yourself, the worse you'll get. A lot of questions revolve around, I can speak English but I can't write it, or I can understand English but I can't speak it. That was me in BM. I suck at BM. I was so good at writing, but I can't speak to save my life. So what I did was, I basically did what I'm telling you. I challenged myself. I went for Syarahan competitions. I made myself speak BM with my Malay friends. I made myself read more BM books. You know those Komsas books that they give us in high school? I read through everything and I highlighted words, and I always look up what the word means, or I randomly ask teacher a lot of questions in class. So you see, it's not the difficulty of the language, it's the effort you put in. What matters is you have to acknowledge your weakness and work towards it, rather than just sitting back and going like, you know what, I suck. On the topic of accents, people have this elitism against Malay accents. People say, if I sound like Malay, I'm not good at English. The thing with accents is it doesn't matter. It pretty much shows what kind of English did you learn. So even if you speak in a Malay accent, but your grammar is fully correct, then what's the problem? There's no problem. I don't even know what accent this is. It doesn't make me better than you. It's just what I grew up with and what I learned to speak in. In conclusion, accent doesn't matter, effort does. Yeah!